So lesson 4 is about analyzing data from Statistics Canada. Statistics Canada is the country's national statistics agency, and almost every data management student would spend some time exploring that website. There are data tables that you can look at and also analyze the data, which is what this lesson is about, just having you go through the website and experiment a little bit about how to add or remove data and select just certain pieces of information and then getting that data to open in Excel. I'm going to run through a little example with you first. So when you go to the Stats Canada website, you'll see a data tab here. So if we click on that, this is where you'll find all the data tables. So you can search for data, you can look at the different topics that are here, but what we're looking for are these sort of headings here on the right that will link us to these pretty extensive statistics tables. So if I look up on tuition, maybe university, if I get a little bit more specific, I want to look at education. I can also look at post-secondary education. So we have this one table that through my search, I'm able to find information about tuition fees. When I go in here and I look at the data, I see that I have different choices for tables. So I can look at Canadian undergraduate tuition fees by field of study. So what you'll see is a pretty large table. I have different years of tuition fees. This looks like possibly averages for all of Canada and what the tuition fees are. What I want you to experiment with today, add a remove data tab. When I add or remove data, I'm able to really specify exactly the information that I want. So for example, if I look at what I'm seeing here, I'm getting an average for all of Canada. Let's say I just wanted to look at Nova Scotia, Ontario, and BC. And then I hit apply. So I only want those 3 provinces. Then when I look at field of study, these are all of my choices that I have. So this is fine. I would like to see information about all of those. I don't know about a total, but I would like to see all of those individual tuition fees for all of those programs. Reference period. If so we look and we see that it goes back to 2006. I just want to look at the most recent tuition fees. So then I would hit apply. And now I'm getting more and more specific data. Customized layout, we can change sort of what you'd like to see as a row or what you want to see as a column. And I have these tables. So it's showing me different tuition fees in different provinces for the past year, depending on what field of study you had. So what is interesting about this though is that I can download, and we usually just choose the first one. And when I open that, it'll open automatically in Excel. So I sorted the data. I only have the data that I'm interested in. So what we see here are the different programs by province. So we would have Nova Scotia, Ontario would be orange, and British Columbia would be gray. And we can compare our different tuition fees depending on which province you're in and how much they are. So it's kind of interesting to notice that I'm noticing that BC looks a little less expensive in tuition. So that's what I'm going to have you look at today. I'd like you to go through this on your own. There are instructions, and we're going to look at the North Bay census, and we're going to be able to select data and add or remove data. And I'd like you to experiment downloading tables and opening them in Excel, which is a really good skill to have. The second thing I want you to look at is on the back of lesson 4, there is a few questions here about analyzing a Statistics Canada report. So I have included this report that is a StatsCan report. It is from 2013, I think, but it's kind of a good thing to look through. It shows you what a statistical report would look like. It's not too long, but you'll see nice graphs. It's definitely not written as an essay or anything like that. You'll see graphs, you'll see point form, but a lot of data analysis. This helps to get students usually ready to do their data management project. So I have that posted, and I'd like you to read through it and then analyze the report. So there's a few questions on the back of lesson 4 that are important when you're completing a data analysis of a statistical report.